Hello everybody, there is a new interview or conversation with regression hypnotherapist Randy Shaw, and I had a session with Randy Shaw about 2 weeks ago as a client, and that's correct, right?
2 or 3 weeks, but anyway, yeah.
No, I guess it's maybe about not 3 weeks, it's about 2 weeks. Okay, and so what I felt during the session, the question was, I felt different things, but main
Well,
thing.
the question is, what do you feel was significant about the session?
Significant. Mm, Actually, I was the significant thing that I was for it continues maybe almost 3 hours. For that time, I did feel my body, I feel my feelings, and I didn't run from them.
Oh,
And
good.
and that time I just close to understanding myself more and feeling myself better and finding out some patterns. So no, not some patterns. Actually, uh, most likely it was not much. Okay, there are two benefits for me from this session. One is for human being, like the person who lives his life and who wants to live better life, better quality life, and the other benefit like hypnotherapist, because because when I watched to mostly I listen to the recording, I just we have a little bit different styles, and I don't know exactly how. I know in general how you're working, but but there are many subtleties which I which you do differently, very differently, and it's um, and it's very useful for me to know another things, another ways of works, another
Sure.
ways to do. So that was very only because of that. It's uh, it's useful to go through the sessions, and I can and because I made a recording, I can listen to it uh, um, over and over and just pick up uh, things about myself personally because I was a client and and
Give us an example of a couple of the things.
give us example of couple things. Okay, you very much practice repeating sentences.
Can,
That
can we take a time out?
uh,
There you go.
no,
Okay,
little bit. Okay, like that is okay. Problem.
time out. Okay.
Little bit down.
No, this means time out. It means stop.
Stop.
Just stop. Just stop. Time out.
Picture is time out.
Okay. No, just okay. You're rushing. Can we slow down just a little bit?
Let's do it.
Thank you. There you go. You look better. Yeah, you look much better right now. You were really just coming like this. Well, I think you have some wonderful things to say. So let's come from the heart. Okie doke.
Okay, okay. So
Of course.
useful for me.
Yeah.
When I'm working with myself, it's by myself. I work with my feelings or with someone's helps. It's always useful for me. It doesn't depend. Do we go through something significant or do we just surface stuff, working on surface stuff? And it's very useful for me just to do something, because
Right.
in my life I sometimes doing nothing and distracting myself by different activities,
Yeah. Right. We all do.
and it's useful just to work to go in the wrong direction, because if you go in the wrong direction, you just because you're feeling you go into in the wrong direction, you know more about right direction.
Right.
So um, and because actually about pumping the pillow, sometimes people don't like to pump pillows because And actually, sometimes I tell people that, for example, if you have suppressed pressure inside from feelings, pressures means that that you need to do something, and which you didn't done, because if you react on everything, there will be no feelings inside stored. But if you don't
Oh,
do,
I really like what you said. Um, Boy, that was good. Uh, it's because there's something you haven't done. Isn't that what you said?
yeah, yes, of course, because like you said to me in the session, all feelings just information, positive information or some negative information. And all the feelings, negative feelings, wants us to do something. And
Yes.
if by any reason we don't do it, so pressure from that feelings continues, and it should be stored in person somehow. Yeah, and actually, when person has just one negative feeling, he knows what to do. For example, if I'm happy, all centered guy, and I just got something. For example, I want to eat, and I got hunger, or somebody doing bad things to me. I know bad feelings because I should do something about that,
Right.
and I can choose what I do. But if I don't do that, and it's getting stored, so if one feeling, it's very clear what to do. But if there are many negative feelings getting stored, so actually person already has a negative reaction and doesn't do what to do, because for example, if I knew how to decide, for example, my problem, I wouldn't go to psychologist, to hypnotherapist. I would do what I need to be done to live happily, and for example, uh, but person goes to for help when he doesn't know what to do, because of there are different layers of feelings. If
Right.
just one we see, but actually all the feelings called for action. Negative feelings calls for some action. But if you don't know what action you need to do, you just the best way to start to do any action. For example, pump the pillow and release that energy. And when you're doing that, you get in more clearance, and you know the next step what you do.
Okay, that's very good. I like that. It's
So
very
just
clear.
so just if you don't know what to do, you just better start to do anything, and then find
That's right.
find out, are you getting closer to your goal or farther away, and just move in that direction.
Yeah, very
Change.
good.
So just actually pillow is for like action, because for example, if I knew how to decide, for example, I have a problem, I knew how to decide the problem if I knew how, so I wouldn't be going to dealing with my feelings. I would just do it and make the things right. But if I don't know, so I just have to overcome old layers. No, just release all layers, resolve all layers, and just act in my life.
Okay. So
So just
I want to circle back into what you felt was significant about the session for you.
about the session for me. Um, Actually, next, mm, I felt we did our session pretty late in Moscow for Moscow time, but after that I just started to do waste my time further. So just do a little. Sometimes I play games, and then I uh, went to bed late. But nevertheless, in the morning I feel very clear, strangely, strangely good feelings.
Okay.
So just
But okay, do you know why?
because of releasing of
Absolutely. You're
that
making
energy.
room. Much more clarity. Very good.
Yes, and and for me, just when I listen to recording, I just go to understand more very meaningful things for me in life. Just what the things.
Say it again, please.
Just when I listen to recording, I I understand important things for me in life. You know that I should not waste time more, and I should do. live my life and do and get clearer in my life, because actually
Right.
nowadays I kind of little bit stuck, and that session was obviously not enough, and actually we need to just troubleshoot, or I should keep going on, but
Sure.
uh, actually I have a little bit technical questions about different ways you took in the session, and I have my mm, my things. Actually, let me. I wouldn't say. Maybe I would do different things, and I just feel something is not right, like it was in the session. But overall, everything just was, I think, good, and it has um, good outcome for me, because, for example, as a hypnotherapist, I would just not agree with some things you did in the session, but anyway, it was. And I would like to discuss those things with you, maybe
Let's go. Let's go. Let's do
maybe
it.
now. But but notwithstanding that I would do different, and I maybe some things, ideas about that.
Okay, but what I'm hearing is that you see the whole session was good and you had good outcomes, right?
Right.
Okay. Right. So if you want to go into what you want to talk about, that's fine with me.
Yes. And okay. Uh, First, as far as I remember, uh, at the beginning you asked me about my goal. My goal, what I want to get out of the session. So I want to feel my life completely. I want to feel my life, all of it, and just then you went to.
Go ahead.
You said that I don't, because I don't, for example, don't feel now my life completely as I want to. I feel, and you ask me to continue what I feel, uh, and actually you were looking for some emotions which now I feel because I'm not at that goal I want, right?
Yeah.
Um, you know, I'm just feeling I'm trying to feel my emotions whatever they are, and I'm trying to release whatever I feel. Maybe not intensively, not so intensively like we do on sessions, but actually more like focusing on my body, on my feelings, on my. So for me, it was, uh, maybe there are some. Maybe I was close to not about maybe Zen feeling. You know Zen, it's kind of religion where they feel whatever, is it good things you feel okay, if bad things you feel okay, so just you don't, when you get process many feelings, you just don't feel, you feel difference, but one thing is just come on, but later. But I was not feeling much. No, I was not feeling some extra big feelings about I'm not at the goal. I know that, for example, to live shitty life is not good, but for example, one way to get out of one the thing, first thing, to get out of a shitty life, to get peace with peace in that, and why you get in there, and not to get out of the despair, but because you want to grow naturally out of it.
Okay. This is where we're going to differ because living a shitty life is going to make me feel a shitty way or crappy ways or uncomfortable ways, depressed ways, okay? It's very hard to get to peace if you're feeling that way in your body because emotions are real. Emotions are not just energy, they're electrical chemical processes in the body. So I want to process the feeling, feel it, to release it, to make room for peace. So a lot of people say, well, I have a bad feeling and I'm just going to sit with it and let it talk to me. And if you listen to the bad feeling, it's going to give you bad information because the bad feeling is going to create bad perceptions, bad beliefs and bad reactions. So what I want to do is completely let it come to the surface and talk to me and let it go so I can get to something nicer, something clearer, something purer. So I have trouble with people that they just say, well, I'm just going to feel this feeling and I'm okay and there's no problem with that. But, if they close their eyes and then they actually are truthful to themselves, that feeling didn't leave because they're sitting with it. They're not releasing it. You've got to feel it all the way. Now, I agree feeling it, but I want to feel it to let it dissipate because that's not my natural state. Okay, that so-called bad feeling, whether it's shitty or whatever it is, that's not my natural state. And that it is corrupting me. It's taking me off where I can think clearly and everything. So if I can let some feelings go, I can get back to thinking clearly, being peaceful. And peaceful is where I'm going to do my best thinking because I'm going to be intuitive. I'm going to be, instead of having a feeling, I'm going to be so peaceful that I will actually do the right thing from my soul, kind of thing, my deepest. Does that make sense?
Yes, it makes sense. And one remembrance come up about sessions. Uh, uh, Actually, I feel the feelings more like sensations. So if I feel something, I don't know maybe what is it. It's kind of anger, distrust, or
Uh,
I just feel something here, or feel something there, or feel some uncomfortable or comfortable here, and uh, and uh, and for example, because I didn't live like I completely want what I feel, it's for me kind of little bit analytical thing. It just gets me out of
well,
out.
I'm just going to flat out say you were really in your head that session. I was a little surprised you were so in your head. And I was constantly trying to pull you back into your body, to feel your body, and to be in the moment, whether the moment's in 2013 or the moment's, 10 years ago or 5 years ago. And the problem is that uh, trying to think about it is distancing us from the actual event and the feelings and the energy. So as we think about it, it's okay to observe, but we actually have to be in it to actually heal it. And so I was a little surprised, Alexander. You are definitely in your head. It's like when you first started this interview today, you were talking pretty fast, and I'm just sitting here going, that's like you guys got a lot to say today. So my job is to help you get back into your body to feel what your body's feeling, because as your body feels clear, your mind will feel clear. It'll slow down, it'll go the right direction, it'll go the right pace, and it'll do the right things at the right times for the right reasons.
Mm. But okay, but that construction when you ask me to, for example, to complete sentence, for example, I feel that because, and it's because it's if I don't know what exactly because, I should start thinking and get out of my body feelings. So
Well, okay, but what we want is I don't want just you, it's okay to think, but what we want to do is I feel sad. I feel sad. I feel sad because I don't know. I feel sad. I feel sad because dad doesn't love me. Okay, good. Let's do it again. I feel sad. I feel sad because nobody, it just keeps going deeper, deeper, deeper. And we don't want to think I feel sad because we want to feel it, let it come up out of nowhere. Oh my gosh, now it's just coming out of nowhere sometimes, right? See the difference though? Can you see the difference?
um, I actually kind of was getting a little hypnotized.
That's okay.
uh,
Thank you
yeah.
for admitting that. So what we want to do is we want to focus into the feeling and let the feeling talk to us because I feel sad because it's a bad world. No, I feel sad. I feel sad because well, dad doesn't love me. Okay, keep going. I feel sad. I feel dad doesn't like me. Well, dad doesn't love me. Well, let's see if it goes a little deeper. Let's just let something burp up. Let it surprise you. I feel sad because I've always been alone. See how deeper that is? That came out of the body. That's not up here.
And yeah, if it comes out, if it
Hmm.
comes out. But for example, I try when I work with clients, just if they feel feelings like sensation just to release it, maybe not even understanding why it is.
Okay, there's two ways. Sometimes we want to release the feeling and we don't really need the why. Just want to get it clear enough, clear enough. Because I get 3, 4, 5 releases and we're at some place they know what it is. They know the problem.
Right.
Then other times when we start, the feeling is because of this. We know the because. Sometimes we don't, but they both lead to the same place. And remember, the devil's in the details and the healing's in the details. Okay? The generalization and the feeling, the generalization and the feeling is the trance. Okay? I need to wake up out of the trance. What am I feeling? What's it talking to me? Because the body wants to let the feeling go. The body's saying, okay, you hurt because your best friend hurt you or your girlfriend hurt you. But if I don't want to think about that because it hurts, I'll never get to that detail. I've got to get to that detail because that feeling's not going to come up. That feeling's not going to come up until I have the right words, the deepest feeling. Okay? When you know how when you get somebody from a 10 to a 5,
Mm-hmm.
and it gets stuck at 5, do you know what I mean?
Yes, so stuck in 5, just 5 intensity of feeling.
Okay, why does it get stuck?
Because maybe some ideas said I'm not supposed to be feeling good when something like that happens.
Good. So we need to talk about this, right? So we need to talk about what's the thought. Then the thought has changed. We need to figure out what the thought is on the
Right.
stuck feeling, okay? Or number 2 is it's feeling stuck because I'm not going to let this go because you're talking about your wife when it's really your mom you need to deal with. A regression's needed. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So there's 2 reasons they get stuck. Number 1 is it's not going to let go because the feeling's not going away and the person's not telling you that they're thinking about mom now, because a moment ago they're thinking about their wife, and in their head it's switched to the wife, but they're not telling you. So that's when you got to say, what are you thinking right now? What are you feeling? First impressions. Well, it's not my wife anymore, it's my mom. Okay, now we got to change, because if I keep rubbing on wife, if I keep rubbing and tapping on wife, there's not going to be anything released about mom. Okay?
No, yeah, okay, but if just we release everything about wife, and then the person can get to another layer, so mom will come up.
Okay, so let's say we go from 10 on a wife down to 7, down to 5, down to 2, down to 0. Great, we did great, right? But what if it gets stuck at 5? Okay, then we
Yeah.
know we don't have the right words, or we've got to regress, or both.
Yes.
Okay, does that answer your question?
Uh,
Your question was sometimes just release the feelings and sometimes the thought of.
yes. Sometimes sometimes I was in some you use because of is just for finding good in that I would find good in the event myself. For example, we deal with some situation and I don't have to suffer from this anymore because of, and for example I deserve to feel good because I don't have to take your emotions on me or just for offender emotions. So because of can let the client himself to find good in the situation.
Right, right. But we have to get enough clearing so they can find the good, right?
Right. But sometimes it's because of get me to thinking. Now I just feel the feeling, and now I have to think something, and it sometimes distracted me from concentration on my feelings
In our session?
in our sessions. So, yes,
Okay.
sometimes, no, not always, but sometimes I just and. But actually you much more using different sets of sentences to repeat, which I do not use much. So it's just very valuable for me to listen how it can be
Why
used.
is it valuable?
Valuable
Why?
because because when person repeats that himself, so he actually brings these ideas in himself. It's just like he hypnotizes himself.
Plus, if they say it and it doesn't feel true, we've got more processing to do.
Yes, and the person yeah needs to say
So
when
it's as soon as it feels true, now it's self-hypnotic and it's an affirmation.
right.
It's a declaration. I do feel better. I'm allowed to feel better, even though dad didn't love me or whatever it is. And when the feeling's gone, there, you know, because a lot of hypnotism and a lot of therapy tries to put forgiveness in, but there's all this junk inside. We're releasing the junk so that there's love now. Now the forgiveness can come.
Hmm.
And now, as I have them say those words, as you're talking about, have them say those words, I'm watching their body. I'm listening to their voice, and I want them to tell me if that feels right or wrong. And if we don't quite have it yet, then we'll just go into another feeling, another thought. We'll release those, and then bam, they'll go, oh, the body relaxes. Their eyebrows will go up, or they'll relax, and they'll say, oh, I forgive Dad, or wow, I feel bad. I feel pity for Dad. He's really a jackass, or something like that. Whereas before, the anger wouldn't let him see that Dad is a human being. Dad's got his own problems.
Hmm.
But after that's clear, I want them. I'm having them repeat those words for a couple of reasons. Number one, I'm suggesting it, then I want them to say it to test it, right? And if it's true, we got self-hypnosis, we got affirmation, we got declaration. We just made a change.
Hmm. Oh, yes, yes, but how did you come up with those sentences? Just in experience, trying using
Two,
one.
two reasons. Number one, self-work, my self-work. Okay, one of the reasons that attracted me to Matt 9 years ago is Matt said he did self-regressions. And I go, man, that's incredible, right? And so I went to my sessions with Matt, and then I did 4 sessions, and it literally just changed the direction of my life. Then I did a couple of more sessions with him, but then I couldn't afford to go back to California, so I had to learn to work with myself. And he said, come on, Randy, you can do this, you know it. And my self-work taught me more, well, doing sessions with somebody that's really good and doing sessions with yourself, the words come, it's spontaneous. I know what works. I know what doesn't work. I know what's good. I know what's valuable. If it works with me, I know it's going to work with other people.
Mhm. How do you do actually your self-regression sessions? Because I know I can do myself them too, but actually I do them very, very randomly. Because I need
Hey,
just you have to start. You just do have to do schedule. You just
okay, wait. The whole thing is you have to have a map in your mind of what you want done, okay? Because if you don't have that map, you're going to stray over, okay? And when you do your self work, you have to know there's part of your mind that'll observe and guide, and there's part of your mind that's going to experience, release, and feel, okay? So it's kind of my brain and my body kind of thing, but it isn't just. So when you first start, it's like, okay, I'm feeling this, and I do a release, and I regress into something, and I'm caught in a feeling. And if you don't have that other part, say, okay, do you want to hang on this feeling or release it? Oh yeah, I want to release it. Just wake up, right? Because in the event in the regression, we didn't release it. So that's the trance. That's what's causing the problem later in life. So we have to know that once we get there, we're going there to do some work. We're going there to release some feelings, get some clarity, find forgiveness, find the good, and heal something. Okay? You bought our regression package, right?
hmm
Okay, remember it's amplify the feeling, regress into the feeling, release feelings, forgiveness for others, forgiveness of self, and find the good, right?
hmm
I did that with Matt 6 times, 6 full sessions. Then I could do it myself. But I was a student of all this. I devoured Park Hill. I devoured everything. I devoured Gilboyne. I devoured my own sessions. And then finally I realized I can do this with myself. And Matt told me, he says, you can do it, Randy. And I go, okay. Well, when I started, it was kind of raw. When I started, it was kind of raw. It was just get feelings out. And then And then I added forgiveness. And then I added finding the good. And then I added regressing even further. And then pretty soon I realized, wow, I'm doing pretty good. So it is a process. You learn it like riding a bicycle, driving a car. But you've got to have these goals in mind that when you get there, I'm not just going to fall apart and cry and then stop it. I'm going to drain that feeling to get some enlightenment. Then I get the enlightenment, I can do some forgiveness. And when I get the enlightenment, I can find the good and I can, okay? So
You know,
people have come to our boot camp and want to use their processes. They want to use their processes of regression in self-regression. And it's not working for them. They're crying, they're getting stuck in feelings. Well, we teach what? Regress. Release feelings. Don't just sit there. What am I feeling? Conscious choice. We're bringing conscious awareness in the subconscious experience. It's a trance. I don't want to bring the ration. I don't want to bring the adult. I don't want to bring excuses. I don't want to bring academia. I want to bring my self-awareness in. And that's what allows me to do self-work. Have a map, self-work, do the process. And when I can do that successfully, I did that successfully with Matt, then I can do it a little bit with myself. Then I start doing it with clients. And so working with clients and working myself, I'm getting better. I'm getting better. I'm getting better with myself. I'm getting better with clients. Get better. Pretty soon, I'm doing pretty good work.
I do sometimes it's myself successfully too when I do it. But the main problem is that I'm not often do it. Sometimes I don't do that. I'm do another things.
Can you
And
give me an example?
uh,
Can you give me an example?
for example, I recently play game Tetris on computer.
Right.
So I just waste time doing that instead of feeling my feelings, instead of preparing to something.
Okay. That's a trance, right?
Right.
Okay. So what you've got to plant the seed is, I'm tired of this and I want to wake up out of that trance. So tonight, when you're starting to play Tetris, you'll go, wait, whoa. Do I want to keep playing or do I want to do something else? Well, I feel like I want to keep playing. Rub and tap something out. Let a feeling pass and you'll put Tetris down and you go do something better. But you've got to catch yourself and say, I'm tired of this. I was wasting my life. Can you hear the emotion? That's when your subconscious mind really listens. Well, I don't want to play Tetris anymore. I want to do something good with my life. And the subconscious mind's going, okay? Or you say, I want to change. I want to feel better. Yeah, even saying it feels better. So tonight, instead of playing Tetris, I want to do something better. Now, the old habit will try to come up. Tetris. No. What do I feel right now? I feel frustrated. Release it. Good. Wow. I think I'll go wash the dishes or I'll go write my book. That's a hell of a lot better than sitting playing. Now, there's nothing wrong with Tetris, right?
Right.
But playing it too much is wrong. Or distracting.
Yeah, it's actually distracting. It's actually gives you some task which you have to fulfill instead of fulfilling your usual tasks.
Right. So say
That's
this. I'm
above.
tired of being say this. I am tired of being distracted by Tetris.
I'm actually not tired to be distracted by Tetris.
You want to just keep playing it?
Now I'm not gonna keep playing it, but now I'm not playing it, and I'm actually um, when I will. I I'm actually, for
Pause.
example,
Can I ask you a question?
yeah,
What were you feeling right there? What were you feeling right there?
before
Right there. What are you feeling right there?
feeling pretty okay. I'm feeling okay. When I start playing it, I just have to kind of rushy feeling, which I need to do something. I have to accomplish something, and
Okay.
it gives me something to accomplish. Right now, right away, I just or I lose or something, or I win. And
Okay. Then when you're through, what do you feel?
when I take it over and go away from that,
When you're through playing Tetris, what do you feel?
Tiredness.
Okay, so you're feeling tired, right? Do you feel like you wasted some time? Do you feel guilt? Do you feel happy? What do
No,
you feel?
I don't feel guilty.
What do you feel?
It's my choice. I did. I could do that. I could do not do that. Actually, I feel I
Okay,
wasted
let's
time.
go back to what do you want? Let's go back to what do you want? It's okay to play Tetris, right? It's okay, right?
Right.
But not if it's going to keep you from being happy or progressing. Okay?
Yes, I want to feel all my life. I want to
Okay.
feel all my
So,
body.
thank you. So, on those times when you're playing Tetris and it's not helping, we're in a trance, what would you rather be doing?
I, I'd rather be feeling my body, feeling all my life. But Tetris is excuse to not feel it, to just
That's
change
what
my
I'm trying to
attention.
say. I'm trying to say. So if you're using Tetris not to feel it, don't you feel a little guilty? Don't you feel a little upset? Don't you feel a little something besides tired?
No, I don't feel guilty. Don't feel
Okay.
upset.
Okay. Well, then what do you feel? Feel like I'm going to be the best Tetris player in my apartment building. You
No,
know? What's
no.
the reward from playing Tetris?
Reward is just the same reward as drug out, a drink out, just work out, just to get in some activity when you
Good.
don't feel the pain
Good.
inside.
Okay, so here's the deal. You're using it as a distraction. Is that what I heard?
Yeah,
Okay. How do you feel about using Tetris as a distraction? Do you feel good or bad? Satisfied or unsatisfied?
it's the way it is.
Oh, okay.
It's the way
Say,
it was. Maybe I
okay.
won't be playing Tetris
Okay,
anymore.
say this. I'm in a trance and I'll just stay in a trance.
Sorry?
Just say this. I'm in a Tetris trance and I'm just going to stay in it.
No, I'm not gonna stay in it
Okay. Why?
because I want to I want to live Tetrisless life.
Okay. So say this, but I haven't been living a Tetris life. It's been ruling me.
It's not be ruined it, but it was taken part of my time.
How much of a part?
No, maybe 25% free time.
Good. So say this. I just wasted 25% of my life.
I just wasted 25% of my free time.
The thought of that makes me feel.
Little bit sad.
Thank you. Now I want to don't move, don't move. Now watch my eyes. When we were talking before, you're up here in your brain, you're up here looking and thinking and visualizing, and when I had you say those words, you went right down and you looked right. You watched the video. And when you got I've wasted 25% of my free time, boom, you went right into your feelings, okay? So now the question is, do you want to continue to waste 25% of your life, or would you rather have it be more productive?
No, I want to be more productive.
Okay, so what I would suggest, if this were a session, right? I'd say then you've got to let your subconscious mind know. You've got to let your conscious mind know what the hell do you want? I want to do something more productive than Tetris. I like playing Tetris, but I don't want to waste 25% of my life. Maybe I will do it 5% and have fun, but no more than 5%. Okay? That 20% is now going to be used to something better in my life. Okay?
I can't play Tetris and can't have fun. I tried.
Yes.
It's not possible because I should be concentrated on on that. To have fun, it means experience fun in the whole body, and
Okay.
I would be play if I would be playing having fun. I would be playing better at Tetris, and
Okay.
it's so
That's good. Okay, so what would you rather do?
have a fun.
Okay, what would you rather do than play Tetris?
To do nothing, to do session with myself, to wash dishes, to I need to write papers.
Yes.
I need
Yes. Okay.
to
So you got to plant a seed in your mind saying, this is what I want. I don't want to spend that much time Tetris. A little Tetris, yeah, it's fun, but not this much time. Instead of this, I want this. Now your subconscious mind's going, he's waking up out of the trance. Okay? You got to use conscious willpower to start the process, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you know how when you do the releases and you're feeling better and I have you say those sentences, okay? I
Mm-hmm.
do the hypnosis after the release. I can't do the positive suggestions now because they bounce off, but if I can release it now, the positive suggestions come in, okay? Now, that's the end of it, okay? But let's go to the beginning of it, okay? Well, what's going on? Well, I feel really bad. I can't find a job or I can't find a girlfriend or whatever it is. Well, great. As long as you're feeling bad, you're not going to see a girlfriend if she's right in front of you. Matter of fact, what girl wants to have a sad boyfriend, right? So we have to start with the first feeling. What's the first feeling? Well, I don't have a girlfriend. I feel sad. What would you rather have? I'd rather feel great that I've got a great girlfriend. Good. We just got the contrast. We got the black and the white. That's the start, right?
Mm-hmm.
So here's the old way. I'm sad. I don't have a girlfriend. I lost this girlfriend. I lost that girlfriend. Well, that feels like shit in the body, right? Excuse my language, but it does. Or it hurts or it feels depressive. Well, what girlfriend that's going to stick out in a relationship is going to want to be with me if I'm full of this dark energy? None. So I've got to say, okay, I don't want that anymore. That doesn't feel right. And the subconscious mind says, wow, he's waking up. Are you awake right now?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I've got to start releasing, feeling sad at the thought I don't have, feeling depressed at the thought I don't have a girlfriend, feeling broken that Betty Sue left me. Let's let it go. Let's let it go. Let's let it go. Now, as the dark leaves, the light starts to take its place. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want that 25% of your life back, you got to grab yourself and say, okay, I want to change. It starts with willpower. It starts with awareness. See, you know what? You know what pain's best function is to wake us up.
Mm-hmm.
Pain is there to wake us up, to move, fix, change, release something, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're a healer at heart. You are really diving into this. Is there anybody else? I'm curious. Do you know of anybody else in Russia that has the passion that you have?
Yes, I know some people, but they work in different styles of therapy.
Okay, but you are one of the leaders. I'm going to say this. You are one of the leaders in your country. Okay, right?
Um,
And
I'm not lead anyone now. I'm
okay,
not leading anyone now. I'm
okay,
just
you're
doing my small
that
things.
kind of leader, not a guru. I'm talking about somebody that wants to heal and move forward and help others. That's the kind of leader I'm talking about. Okay. So you're as you heal, you'll be able to help others heal. And there's something inside of you saying, what is this crap? Would you please let this go? It's painful. And it's trying to wake you up, trying to wake you up. Well, guess what? If we don't know what to do with that, we're going to play Tetris. No, I think I'll stay in Tetris. It's comfortable. It's numb, you know. Well, if we know how to face a feeling and let it go, we don't have to be afraid of feelings anymore. I don't care if they're scary, if they're numb, if they're sad, if they're depressed, if they're excited. Once we let those feelings go, it's like, wow, hey, do you ever watch people when they release the feelings and they start to they sit up and they get dignity back and they feel powerful and they feel clear, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's
Mm-hmm.
all feelings. Because when my feeling changes, my attitude can change. When my feeling changes, my thought can change. When my feeling changes, my beliefs can change.
Mm-hmm.
We got to come out of our head and be in the body. Let the body talk to us. Well, I smoke cigarettes because it's just a habit. And I regress people back into, I regress one guy back into the good feeling of a cigarette. And he cried and cried and cried because his dad taught him how to smoke when he was 9. And his dad's dead, and that's why he smokes. And he never realized that. He didn't want to lose the connection to dad. Okay? But what did his brain say? What did his mind say? Oh, I smoke because it's a habit. That's bullshit. So we have to get to is past this. You know how the Buddhists call the it's called monkey chatter, right? You know, all the thoughts and all this stuff. We got to get under that and figure out what is going on down here. Because if we clear this, it's going to clear the monkey chatter. Like when I work with ADD people, when I work with ADD people, are you with me?
Yeah.
Your eyes look kind of tired right now. Are you here?
No, I'm here. I'm here.
I know it's late and we're almost done. It, when I work with AD people, they're about this. They talk about this. And I said, look, just close your eyes and I want you to breathe through your nose. Just focus in the air in your nose. And they'll say, well, I want to do it. No, just close your eyes and breathe through your nose. I want you to feel the air coming in and out of their nose. I get them focused on one feeling and one thought, right? And all of a sudden they start to settle down. And then we bring up the first feeling and let that go, the second feeling and let that go, and then the third feeling. And then pretty soon they're peaceful. They're peaceful. Why? Because we let go three feelings and we're focusing on one thing at a time. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So in these sessions, I want to focus on one feeling, whether we know the thought of or not, release the feeling, release the next feeling, release the next feeling. And all of a sudden, they'll say, oh my God, when I was in third grade, they pulled my pants down. There it is. Just boom, it's right there. Okay. Feeling embarrassed at the thought that they pulled my pants down. Release the feeling, and it's like, I don't care anymore. Right?
Mm-hmm. I have a question about our session once, one more. Remember we were in a situation where in 10 years, when I was 10 years old, the teacher shouted at me, and
Right.
we just dealt with this pretty much with this situation. And when I pumped pillow, I just had uh, some um, some feeling appears in my head, kind of maybe tiredness of pumping pillow or some, and it was feeling in the 2013 now. So I was gaining very much, getting back to this situation this time, and you were sending me back and back to when I was 10 years old. But that actually those I say overall result of sessions was good, and it was useful for
It's
me.
okay. It's okay. Speak your piece. Go ahead.
Yes, but I was feeling like maybe I didn't express much, but I needed to deal with those feelings now, which appears after releasing, maybe tiredness of releasing, and um, and uh, in one of our previous interview or somewhere in the regression Yahoo group, you were saying that if we have some feeling now, which is now, so just by releasing that, we take the pressure off, and after that would be better. I understand that we're dealing with one situation at the time,
Right.
but if I just get thrown back to the another situation, so I would be just releasing that and then go back when it's now clear.
Okay. Uh, when you're in the regression, I want you to stay there because whatever happened to you, your mind's thinking you're back so your body can let it go. Okay. Your mind's back in 10, but your body's here in 213. Okay. So yeah, you're feeling it now, but it's because your mind's got you back in 10 in school.
But sometimes I was not already in my mind was already here too, and it was feeling something here too unpleasant.
Okay, good. Well, maybe sometimes and I'm not perfect. I apologize if I missed that. And sometimes our language is a little bit different. But my rule is, and rules can be broken. There's intuition
Right,
always trumps it.
right.
But my intuition said, I need to keep you at 10 because your adult mind's trying to do something now. Now, if in the future you're saying, no, Randy, it's not at 10, it really is here in 2013, just let me know, okay? Please?
Okay, okay. So uh, actually, we should instruct clients to let us know if something goes not right, because I do sometimes sessions with person, and
Yes.
and person just does what I ask. He
Right, right, right.
complies, but not really
Yeah,
willingly.
yeah. I always tell them, if you can tell me, if you can say it better than I can, if I don't have it quite right, help me. And what you're saying is you felt you needed to come back to 2013. Is that what you're saying?
Uh, I actually that time I didn't feel it, but I was just feeling that uh, maybe it didn't come on the conscious level, but on unconscious level, I was just feeling that it was. For example, the situation was I was 10 years old, and I was pumping some feeling in the pillow, and I was pumping, and because of some pumpiness, I got really tired in my head, some feeling. Uh, so just because of physical activity, and that
Whoa,
uh,
whoa, whoa, don't, whoa, whoa. Don't assume that feeling come just from physical activity. That's your rational mind trying to explain it away. I don't know where that feeling's coming from. Okay.
but yes, but that was exactly. I just felt that my head in 2013 is uncomfortable. Something in that.
Okay. Okay. But you're going to be in both places at once.
Uh,
You're going to be both. When I'm regressed back to birth, I knew I was adult, but I felt the birth process. But my adult body's doing all the processing. See, you, okay. You know that the the subconscious mind is four-dimensional. There's no time and space restrictions, right?
mhm.
Okay. So even though my body's here in 213, I go back to my birth or whatever. Like last year, I went back before my birth and I knew it was 2012, but I let my mind take over so my body could let the feelings go 59 years later. But those feelings were in there 59 years.
And yeah, sometimes this happens with me too. Not actually, no, but not the matter. But I know it's like two parallel reality, adult
Right.
life and regression time. So just like we two coexist. But that time it was because of that kind of tiredness feeling. I just went out of 10 years and became only here.
Yeah, and what I tried to coach you to do is just stay at 10. We'll come back to adult later. Stay 10. Stay 10. Let 10 finish. Because if we're working, listen, if you're calling me and then somebody else calls me and I can't talk to you, and then somebody else calls me and I can't even talk. Now I've got two people, two feelings, two regression events. Okay, we've got to do them one at a time. So I want you to stay in 10. Because usually when you stay right where you are, that feeling, your feeling as the adult will pass away. If it doesn't, then we come back here, we talk about it, do some releasing and regress, and maybe it takes us somewhere else. Okay. Now, when you watch this recording, listen to that part again. Okay.
Hmm. Okay, okay. Hello, are you there?
I'm here.
Because it did not move. Maybe I thought maybe connection broken. No, you're here, and now I'm see. Uh,
Okay. I'm gonna have to
okay,
start wrap this up, my friend.
okay, okay. So let's close the today's event.
Okay. Let's close today's event.